Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here. And in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we are going to be taking a look at some of the websites that could end up being used in Finance and Felony DLC when it is released in Grand Theft Auto Online. So I'm playing as Franklin right now. We're on top of the business center, the Arcadius Business Center, the one that we've looked at so much in other videos that's in between the Maze Bank and the Schellongberg Sachs building. This one is supposed to be one of the offices, the high-rise office headquarters that we're supposed to have in-game. So I figured this would be a pretty cool spot to start this video. But if we go to the newswire, Rockstar have stated that this DLC, Finance and Felony, is going to be so feature-rich and is going to be one of the biggest and deepest DLCs ever. So I started thinking to myself, what websites that we currently don't use right now that might end up being used for new features in this update? And that's what I want to look at today. All right, now the first website I thought was pretty interesting is actually Minotaur Finance. And you can find this by typing in Minotaur in the iFind app. And it should come up with a website right here. So it says Minotaur Finance, leading you through the financial labyrinth. Now, in an earlier video, I kind of thought that this might be one of the websites that you'll ultimately end up using in the game. So here's kind of the website. It doesn't have a lot to it. Basically just states Minotaur Finance is a full-service real estate management firm. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. It sounds as if Minotaur Investment and Finance is more of like a real estate firm for the businessy sort of financial side. And obviously, as you know, we're supposed to be buying high-rise offices and high-rise headquarters and then business-styled warehouses. So some of the things this site offers is commercial leasing, residential brokerage and sales, back-office accounting services, backdoor deals, under-the-table deals, Coyote courier services for immigrant employment, risk management, making things go away, and rental services. So it kind of sounds as if this might be a shadier business and that it might be really perfect for what we're doing in Grand Theft Auto Online's Finance and Felony DLC. So don't be surprised if this website is used for maybe the purchase of the high-rise apartments or high-rise offices and warehouses, or if in some way it's just used in a financial service or whatnot. So the next website I thought could be pretty interesting, I'm not sure if it's a total slam dunk, is Lenny Avery's real estate services. So Lenny Avery is used in single player, it's not used in online, so that's actually why this website loads up, and that's why I wanted to do this in single player, so I could show all these for you. So they state buying a home is a big deal, so is Lenny Avery, the #1 in Los Santos real estate for over 20 years. So obviously it looks as if Lenny Avery specializes in mansions, but that's not to say that they couldn't swing another way and deal in high-rise office buildings. So who knows, be on the lookout for Lenny Avery. If this, purchasing service isn't done through the Dynasty 8 app, which is what everything primarily has been done in Grand Theft Auto Online, then maybe they'll finally end up using a site like Minotaur or a site like Lenny Avery. I think that could be really neat. Okay, so one thing I thought was pretty interesting, and that is actually kind of a myth and an Easter egg in Grand Theft Auto 5, is called the Dark Net. Now, the Dark Net in Grand Theft Auto 5 is, again, it's a myth and an Easter egg that is only mentioned in the Grand Theft Auto Online heist setup, Humane Raid EMP. Agent 14 says that they found out about the EMP on the Dark Net when the military tried selling it and some other equipment on there. So essentially what the Dark Net is, it's a reference to the real-life dark web, which is a hidden part of the internet containing illegal and sometimes inhumane features not allowed on the normal internet. Basically, you don't want to go on this place. I don't think you guys can accidentally stumble there. But what's interesting is some of the illegal activities include drug deals and arms smuggling and other sorts of deals. So that kind of sounds like what we're doing in Grand Theft Auto 5's Finance and Felony DLC, where we're going to be doing, drug dealing and smuggling and whatnot. And these are the search results for Darknet. The first one you get, the internet, is a hellhole. I don't actually think we'll be using this, but one site that I do think could be pretty interesting is monetaryscience.us. Now, in this website, it allows you to buy gold and other precious metals, including silver, platinum, iridium, copper, tin, lead, aluminum, including foil. So that's pretty funny. Now, You might be saying, well, why is this website important? That doesn't really sound like it makes sense at all. However, if we take a look at this screenshot right here, underneath the CEO's chin, guess what he has? He has a box of silver. So that's kind of interesting. Could we actually be using this website, Minotaur Finance, in order to buy, invest, and then eventually sell precious metals like gold, silver, platinum? I think this is pretty interesting. There's even like an investment calculator. I don't even know what this does. We're just going to see what's going on right here. Okay, that's kind of a crazy chart, so I don't know what that means. But again, that's something you can do in this website, and who knows, maybe it will end up being used on a more economic scale when Finance and Felony is actually released. But I thought this was a really interesting discovery, especially because that CEO has like the box of silver underneath his chin. So that's really interesting. Okay, so this next website, it's called sixfiguretemps.com. Our best temps earn over $200,000 in just 8 weeks last year. So what this is on the front of the site, you wouldn't think this is very interesting, but this is actually a site where you can apply to be a drug mule. And we know that drugs are going to be a big part of this update. Now, I don't think this will exactly be used in the Finance and Felony DLC, but this site is pretty interesting because it does touch on the fact that drug dealing is such a better work than a full-time job. Obviously, making $200,000 in just 8 weeks. Now, obviously, I don't think that's a reference to any of the sort of money or profit we'll be making from this update, but it is interesting that it just talks about how drug dealing is such a more profitable thing in Grand Theft Auto or in the world of GTA than normal business jobs. So I thought this one was pretty funny. And finally, the last two sites that we may see open, again, we don't have all the information yet. Could we see a website like the Liberty City National Exchange open, which of course is a parody of the stock exchange? So maybe this is pretty cool. Again, I don't know if Rockstar is going to end up utilizing these two massive stock portfolio services in online, but maybe that's something they will consider. And you've also got the Bossack, which is a parody of the NASDAQ. So again, I'm not sure if Rockstar will end up utilizing this in online. I would sure hope they would, because it would be pretty cool to be able to see like our own companies. Imagine if you could see your own company on here. And you could be like, Boss Corporation is, at the top, whereas so other corporation is, falling to the bottom. That would be so awesome. And I think that would be really cool, but we just don't have that information yet. So I'm really not too sure. But those are, in my opinion, some of the coolest websites that could be applicable. And in some cases, with the silver under the CEO's chin, it could give away some secrets as to what we might be able to expect in Finance and Felony. But let me know in the comments section down below, would you want to use any of these websites in game? And if so, which one would you like to use in the Finance and Felony DLC? If you did go on to enjoy this video, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. Without the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.